You, as a Seahawks fan, maybe 7 days ago, were feeling pretty good about where this roster was going or where this season was going as they started out 3-0. However, they got beat by a Lions team, not because poor offensive performance, but a defensive performance that allowed just about everything to open up. You then see them play against the Giants, a team that you think you can beat, that you think you have what it takes to compete against this team. And you come out for 4 quarters and have competitive football in only one area, and that was the scoreboard. It wasn't on the field that it was super competitive, because if you saw this game from the very beginning, the Giants had command of it. Their running game was phenomenal, their passing game was good enough, and the completion percentage was also really good. The Seahawks were outcoached, out-schemed in this football game. They did not make the necessary adjustments to win this game. They had many opportunities where they could have. But also, if you look at it on the flip side of the coin, if Rayshawn Jenkins does not get that 102-yard return fumble for a touchdown, this game may have looked like a 37-20 loss, 37-13. Because, like I said, it looked competitive in the scoreboard, but on the field, Giants had their way. Tyrone Tracy stepped up as a rookie, 129 yards rushing. What a phenomenal performance from him on the Giants side of the field. What a phenomenal performance by the defenders. Not much was open. I was at this game, really fun time, had a great time. Apart from the Seahawks losing, that was unfortunate. It was still awesome to be able to witness a game. Haven't been to a game in many years. Very grateful I got the chance to go. So I'm really pumped about that. Yeah, it wasn't great they didn't win, but it was fun to actually be in the stadium. And being there, I saw things that you don't necessarily see on TV that maybe you would see with the all 22 film, but I saw many opportunities where there was openings, but it was tough on offense. There was no run game. I saw that it was 15 of the first 17 plays called on offense from Ryan Grubb's offense was passes. It's almost as if he forgot he had a Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet. And it's a bummer because both these guys open up so much potential or so many more possibilities for the offense. You got to run down that D line of the opposing team. You got to get good time of possession. The biggest thing that stood out to me from this football game was how little they had control of the ball. I wanted to see the Seahawks play with the ball. I thought I was walking into this game and it was going to be a fun show out that the Seahawks were going to do really well. I thought Mike McDonald's defense was going to get stops, and they did. They made adjustments along the way. They did improve in certain areas. They got a stop, gave Seattle an opportunity on the offensive side of the field, and then New York made a phenomenal play. It was 23-20, fourth quarter. It's a 3-and-out. Giants punt the ball. Geno, 21-yard rush. Then after that rush, what happens? They call a timeout. What was so weird about that whole entire circumstance is Geno gets a 21-yard rush. Momentum is like in your corner. You just scored a touchdown on the prior drive to JSN, and then now you're back on the field. You're driving, and then something just shifted after that timeout. They weren't able to move the ball as well, and it was all on their side. Next thing you know, they kick a field goal, and the Giants player makes a phenomenal play, jumping over the lineman. A lot of people are questioning why there wasn't anything called, and I understand. Yes, you can maybe point to potential miscall of a penalty. At the end of the day, Seattle didn't come to play in the way that they expected to. At least I did not expect them to play in this manner. So you can blame this miscall, that miscall. The better play of the game was the Giants. The better players, the ones that showed up, were the Giants. You can blame the refs all you want. You saw from this game, they were better coached, better schemed, and they had a phenomenal game. They played so well. I was stunned at how well they were playing. And I don't think they're that great of a team. I could be entirely wrong. Obviously, they're still a very early season. because we could be calling Seattle a great team. Now they've lost 2 in a row. Now, with all that being said, these are what you call growing pains. This is what you call learning, opportunities to develop. I think Seattle, because they're so fresh in their coaching, so fresh in the fact that there's a new regime, they're 5 games into this, I think they'll make adjustments. I think Grubb will realize, yeah, I do got Kenneth Walker. I do got Charbonnet. Maybe he was on a snap count with Walker because I saw in the second half they had a little more Charbonnet. Maybe they had that. He's maybe still lingering injury issues. But man, offense struggled throughout the game to get passing lanes open. DK Metcalf had another crucial fumble. It's just not something you want to see from your star player. Back-to-back weeks, massive momentum shifters. And the thing is you can't put all the blame on DK. You made the mistake. You obviously want to hold on to the ball. You've got to find a way as a team to bounce back. Yes, you may have made a mistake. You fumbled the ball. You maybe threw an interception. You did something incorrect. But you got to have the ability to say, hey, it's one play. We're right back at it. We're still in this game. Let's be present focused and let's get the next one. And I think they can do that. I think there's leaders that can rise up on this team, get people controlled and collected, getting back to focus about what they're about and what they're going to do on the next play. However, they're not at that state right now. Doesn't mean they can't be. They've got it. They got to get to that place because they're going to face a Niners team. But although the Niners are struggling, this is a team that can do great things. This is a team that has been to the Super Bowl and lost, but they've still been there. They have experience. And they are not just going to bow down on Thursday Night Football. And as a fan, as a team, you are going to be going, man, what just happened here? We went from 3-0 to 3-3 if they don't correct things. I think they can. I think they can make adjustments. I think they can utilize more of JSN, more of Tyler Lockett, more of DK, more of the tight ends. I think offense had struggles today, but I also think it was phenomenal response of Dable. You got to give him credit. He coached a great game and stopped what Grubb was trying to do. There wasn't much for Geno to throw to. And Geno, I think he worked hard, did a great job today to the level of what was being given to him. Just seeing, the whole entire field. But also that 4th and 1, they went for it. Don't really know why they did that. I still don't know why they did the play that they did. I'm not all opposed to going for on a 4th down. However, the play was so odd. You once again have Walker or Charbonnet in a 1 yard or less situation on 4th down. I like my odds there. Running it with 1 yard to go is too familiar for Seahawks fans. It is too familiar. 1 yard is all you got. It would have not been that difficult. Hand that ball off, maybe even do a pitch out. Just what was called was just not good enough. And they weren't good enough. They lost this game, 29-20. Wonderful game by the Giants. Give credit to where credit is due. But they didn't even have neighbors in this game. And they still won this football game. Still were able to get it to Robinson. They're able to get it to Tyrone Tracy. The Giants are able to get the ball all over the field today. They got to Darius Slayton. What a phenomenal game he had. He played really well. Trey Brown gave him fits, but Slayton won today. It's okay. Trey Brown's still a great player. You're not going to always have your best days every time I go out there. I still believe in the Seahawks team. I think they still have great things ahead for them in this season and in seasons to come. I'm not so afraid and so nervous. You learn from these things. And a lot of the fan base is immensely turning. You could see even potential comments. A lot of them are thinking that it's over, or how awful, and it's so bad. Man, you got to just stop being so reactionary with this team. They have a brand new head coach, and 3-0 is awesome. Now it's 3-2. It's still a brand new regime. It's year 1. Give it some time. See what can happen. At the end of the day, I thought Seattle was a better football team coming into this game. From this, I still think they have that potential to be a better football team. But the Giants played better and were the better football team in this game. And they come out of this 2-3. Seattle moves to 3-2. They got a tough matchup coming up as the Seahawks, facing a very tough team in the Niners. Let's see what this team is really about. How will they respond to the adversity? How will they respond with a Byron Murphy on the field and a Boy Mafe? Will the response be greater than what we saw today? Will they be able to get to the quarterback? Will they be able to stop running lanes? I hope so. Otherwise, we sit in at 3-3. Let's see what happens on Thursday.